one of my childhood favourite films, and probably one of the first live action films that I remember falling in love with, is The Secret Garden. And fun fact, the first DVD I ever bought with my own money was Back to the Secret Garden. It was in a newsagent's on one of those rotating stands that display, bargain, well, they're never really that cheap, but just random DVDs that are not that popular. This was the first one I ever bought with my pocket money. Is it monumental? It's actually a pretty decent film, so if this was the first one I've bought for myself, I could have made a worse choice. Obviously, by no means was this ever going to live up to the expectations of Secret Garden. And I'm also pleased to say that actually I can discuss this without actually ruining anything about the Secret Garden film itself. Because although it's based around the same area, the Secret Garden, the narratives have similarities, but they're not the same. I will say the first film is significantly more powerful. It's a lot more poignant, it's more meaningful, it's more emotional, it's more moving. But that's not to say that Back to the Secret Garden, which I may call Return to the Secret Garden at several times, because I just always thought it was called that until recently. It's good. It is good, and I would recommend it. So the description from IMDb is as follows. Return to the magical place where hope and friendship grow. Back to the Secret Garden, the sequel inspired by the classic children's tale, leads us into a magical world of hope and friendship on a grand adventure for the entire family. So, basically, this young girl discovers the garden that was previously discovered by Mary and Colin, and there's a discussion about whether or not they should be allowed to spend time in this garden and nurture it and let it grow, or if it should be just shut out of sight. And that sounds pretty mundane, and I will say there isn't anything about this that's too gripping. I think the reason this works the most is the visual beauty. The garden is absolutely stunning. I don't feel like it's as stunning as the original, but again, I feel like I'm always going to be comparing this. I've also just learned that there was also a film called Return to the Secret Garden. So maybe that's why I thought it was that. It's nice. I think the acting is very good. We have a good mix of girls staying in this home, personalities that clash. There's a little bit of action when they fight. There's some, I guess, nail-biting moments if you're a child where somebody's trying to escape and you think they're going to get into trouble, and it's quite tense, certainly for younger children. It's rated universal, so I think that's a pretty fair rating, and it definitely is, as I said, a lot tamer than the first one. There's still a scene, the opening scenes to the first Secret Garden, still emotionally scarring. This one's absolutely not that intense in the slightest. We have some good cast in this. Joan Plowright is there as Martha Sowerby, who is brilliant. Absolutely love her. I mean, I think if she wasn't in this, it might not have been as good. Danielle McCormack plays Penelope, which I really like. You'll know her from My Parents Are Aliens. It's a decent film. I don't have anything too moving to say about it. I can't really say that it's an amazing sequel. It's not the most intricate narrative. Visually, it is beautiful. The garden is gorgeous. It really is. I think it's just a really nice way to relive the nostalgic beauty of The Secret Garden if you're not in the mood to actually rewatch that film. I feel like that film is one that I don't want to watch too often, because I think it's better to keep it as a treat, because it does take me back to my childhood and it's a very immersive experience. This one is one that could be on every day and it wouldn't really lessen the quality. It's just kind of there. But I like it. It's decent. It's directed by Michael Tuchner. I apologise if I pronounced that incorrectly. Written by Joe Wiesenfeld. It's good. If you're a fan of The Secret Garden, definitely check this out. If you haven't seen the original Secret Garden, please do not watch this one first. Not that it'll spoil anything. I mean, it might spoil one or two things. But just because you really should see The Secret Garden first, because it's absolutely incredible. But Back to the Secret Garden isn't bad.